Welcome to Alien Theorists Theorizing the Co-Conspirators.
Co-Conspirators.
Me and Zell.
Brayden and Zell, what's up?
Two OGs right here. Wouldn't have a podcast if not for these two guys right here, the Co-Conspirators.
Co-Conspirators started in a sweaty-ass studio.
Yeah, pipe dream.
Getting so drunk. I'm ridiculously drunk there, actually, for the first handful.
Oh man, it was ridiculous. Before, well, if you're a Patreon supporter, you listen to what's the meaning of this. You know how we were back in the day. A little more tame now. It sucks having to work in the mornings.
Yeah, it does.
So, what do we got going on here today? First off, actually, can I just reiterate how excited I'm getting for Pod Week?
Oh, dude. Pod Week, straight week of hanging out. That's gonna be so fun.
And you're gonna tear apart that room. It's gonna be pod only in there, right? We're gonna.
Well, it's gonna be pod. Well, the bands will jam, but it's gonna be pod only, and then I'll just jam real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna set up a table. I'm gonna see how many cameras I can get into my computer. I think I can only get maybe 3.
Because I can bring mine if need be.
Yeah. So if you bring yours. I think I can get 3. I looked on some YouTube videos. I think you can get 3 webcams into OBS. I think 4 will be a stretch though, but.
Let's go over some things that we know for sure we're going to be doing. Dungeons and Dragons.
At least 6 hours in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I'm thinking we should do a Ouija with proper candles and shit.
Yep.
In Studio Ouija. At least 2 or 3 case files.
Oh yeah, at least 2. Well, at least 2 case files, and then like probably 2 or 3 Patreon onlys. Oh
yeah, and then just a bunch in between.
And then just a bunch of stuff. We'll be live streaming the whole thing.
6 days. What are the odds? Are we gonna try to do a show on Friday?
I don't see why not.
Okay, well we should plan that. We'll plan that sometime this weekend or something. So what are we doing here? Why'd you call me in? Why'd you hit the pod alarm?
Pod alarm. Well, we were running out of Patreon only stuff, so we got to get some more in the bank. So we thought we'd just do maybe like an Ask Me Anything or Ask Us Anything and see what comes through. I said no. I said no holds barred. So.
Yeah, I saw someone said, "Are you sure it's not no holes barred?" And I was like,
I don't think so. So
where are we asking questions? And what's first? Who's up first?
Well, we're definitely going Patreon first. So I don't know. Let's go through here. When did I post? Post way up here. Question for the show. This guy. Who is this? 01. First question. When's the Black Dahlia episode coming?
Oh,
that's a good. You know what? That's a good spooky Spooktober one. Maybe that's coming soon.
Yeah, we could do that one. We could even do that. That one would be a fun one to mix up on Pod Week too, because there's tons of that one.
Yeah,
I'd like to do that. I like the Black Dahlia. I know Andrew would be 100% in on the Black Dahlia. Dan would probably shut it down in 5 minutes, figure it out. Who's the killer?
Dan smash.
Mystery solved.
It's quick Dan smash.
Yeah. Probably sooner than later. I always forget about that one.
My fucking Discord cut out on me here. There we go. I'm back. All right. There we go. Discord first. Questions. A lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
A lot of Discord chat. Discord chat. No questions on Discord, actually.
Yeah, there is none.
They know. They already know. They know everything about us already. We told them everything.
Yeah. If you're not already on our Discord, get on there. You can slide into my DMs all day. That's what happens.
Yeah.
My phone's just constantly vibrating in my pocket.
But actually, I turn off the notifications except if someone tags me. If you want.
Yeah, I did that too. I had to.
Because
it's getting ridiculous.
I can't see 75. I can't keep up. But if you tag me, I'm going to read it 100%.
Oh, we got one from. This is from Brittany. What is the scariest, creepiest thing that has ever happened to you? well, it's tough because we talked a lot about a spooky. I'll tell a funnier story. Remember that time in Mexico when we kind of got swindled, and then I almost ended up in Mexican jail? That's pretty scary. I was very scared.
That was actually a legit fear, like, of being bodily harmed. Let's say.
Yeah.
It was not supernatural or anything. Have we ever told that story?
I don't think so. We'll tell it now. We're so fucking stupid. Like we're
so dumb.
I think 18 and 19.
Yeah.
And it's so embarrassing. I remember. So we're going to Cancun. We're doing Cancun spring break. Like, yeah. So it's like me, Zell, our buddy Nate, and our buddy Zach. And I remember we're gearing up for this trip, and like we had seen all like the spring break videos and stuff. And you got to remember, we're like high school kids. We're fresh out of high school. And so we're going. Fuck, it's so embarrassing.
Fucking so bad.
We're like picking out condom packs together. We're like, whoa, boys, we're getting so laid. Ooh, like better get the.
I can't wait to get to Mexico.
It's actually embarrassing. So we go to Mexico, and every single person there is like mid-20s. No one even talked to us.
Yeah, we didn't stand a chance.
We are 18, 19, but we look like 15, 16. We look like we were there with our parents. So it was brutal. So one night we're like, okay, fuck it, we're going to do the pub crawl. I think it was like $50 or whatever. Something like that, eh? $50?
I think it was $50 all-inclusive pub crawl is what they said.
Yeah, and then so they go to like Coco Bongos, Senor Frogs, all these ones. And you can get in for free and you get all your drinks for free. So we're really taking advantage of this. They'd have like bottle service for you. They bring you tequila. So we go into this bar beside the bar, and we're in line with kind of other people. And we go in, and we show the wristbands. The guy at the door is like, yeah, come on in. Yeah, that's right, wristband. So we go in there, and we're on stage instantly because we're goons. We're dancing on stage, and this like little Mexican girl she's dressed up like the waitresses.
Exactly the same. And she's just free pouring booze into our mouths. Boom, 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 boom. Like, there you go. I'm not even drinking some, I'm just stone cold. Like, yeah, just shaking it off your face.
Misting it in the air and shit. After like half an hour of this girl coming around and just like nonstop pouring drinks down our throats, she comes up and she's like, all right, 250 American.
Like, all inclusive. Show the wristband.
Yeah, right.
Show the wristband. All inclusive. She's like,
yeah, we're good, lady.
No.
And then she had a thing around her neck, and she turns it around, and she had a white sign. And as she turns it around, it says like 3 shots, $5. And we're all like, yeah, but we got the wristbands. And she's like, I don't work for the bar.
We're like,
I'm just in here. You have to pay me. So now we're like, what? Like, no, we don't. So she goes and gets the bouncers, and the bouncers are like, you have to pay her right now. Well, we didn't bring any money because we had these wristbands.
All inclusive.
Where everything was free. So they're like, oh, we're going to call the police. Yeah, like, you guys are hooped. And they're like, where's your resort? And they're like, one of you can go back and get the money. So I think I just happened to have 250 in my
back in the safe or something.
Back in the safe. So I was like, okay, I'll go. All good. Like, I'm gonna go right there. I'll get a cab. I'll pay the cab when I get there. And damn. So I have to talk a cab in Mexico to drive me to the resort when I don't have any money. Wait for me, and I was like, I'll pay you, and then drive me right back. It takes me like 20 minutes to get someone to drive me. Gets me there. Gets me all the way back. I've got the 250 cash. I walk into the bar. The bouncers grab me. They're just screaming, Policia, 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 Policia. I'm like, whoa. Like, it's all good. I have the money. They just grab the money from me, just like throw me out the door. And like, I land on the sidewalk and I'm like, where's my friends? And they're just like screaming Policia. And like, the one guy's like flipping me off. So I'm like standing there, like downtown Cancun, like no idea where my friends are. And I'm like, well, what happened to them? And they're just like, they won't give me any answers. Every time I come to the door, they just scream Policia and like finger me and like push me, like physically push me. So now I'm like, I'm terrified. I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck happened to them. Like, I don't know what's going on. Zell, do you want to pick it up from there?
So meantime. So it's me and Braden. Who else was there? Our buddy Nate.
Yeah.
And Zach. So there's the four brothers. And so this happens. They you got tell Braden, you gotta go get the money. He's like, hey, I'll be back. But in the meantime, so it's me, Nate, and Zach. We're there with like these giant fucking bouncers. Like I was in shape. I was in like athletic shape, but I was a toothpick compared to these dudes. Like these guys were fucking massive bouncers, and they looked like they were part of a cartel. Like they looked like they killed people. And they're not roughing us up, but they're standing close and they're making sure like we're not going anywhere. And this is like, we wait for a while. And in the meantime, when we're waiting, the shots that we had to pay $250 for are all kicking in now. So now we're getting blackout drunk. And now like the wheels are turning like, man, let's get the fuck, if we get out of here, we can catch Braden at the hotel and like, we're good. Like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Stupidest idea. But we're thinking it takes about 20 minutes. We're like, he's not coming back. Like maybe he's waiting for us. Like maybe he thinks we're going to run away and we're going to meet back up at the hotel.
I'll interject. I did not think that.
So like we wait like after like, it's like half an hour now. And the bouncers have kind of subsided a little bit away from us. And they're kind of like talking and they're probably trying to get other people with the same scam. So like me and Nate and Zach were like, boys, let's fucking run. Let's just bolt out of here and just not look back and just run out of this bar and get the fuck out of here and run away. Just run. And like a good idea sounds like. So that's what we did. We waited for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then Braden had come back. Like he's probably waiting for us at the hotel. He's probably waiting for us to get out. He's like, we're not paying $250. That's stupid. We paid all inclusive. We paid good money to come to this bar and drink for free. That's what our thought was. So the bouncers turned their back for 1 second, fucking bolt. Three of us, we just sprint out of this bar, through the lineup, jump down the stairs, it's like downtown, it was like spring break, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was packed.
So it was like, because there's like college spring break, and then there's like Canadian spring break, and they're different. I think we're on there on Canadian spring break, so it was pretty busy still. Whatever, there was tons of people outside, so we bolted to the crowd. We take off. I don't even know if the bouncers are following us. I didn't look back. We end up there's the bus the tourist bus that just runs up and down all the resorts. Oh no, we got pizza. That's fucking right. Yeah. We ran. We did get pizza. We fucking ran. We got pizza. We ran away. We escaped. We get pizza. We get on the tourist bus. We come back, and we get back, and Braden's not there. What happened to you, Braden?
So I'm downtown Cancun, and I'm thinking, okay, well, they're screaming police here. The cops probably came and picked them up. They probably got arrested. So I'm like, okay, now all these shots have kicked in. So I'm real drunk. So I'm staggering around asking, like, Policia, like, where is it? No one will tell me. Finally, like, some people, like, keep pointing me the way, walking to this place. It's fucking sketchy. And there's, like, some police officers, and I'm asking them, like, I think my 3 friends got arrested. Can you tell me if they're here? Like, can I pay their bail? Like, what happens? No one will answer me. No one, like, they're just looking at each other. Some people are laughing. And I'm like, I'm having like a little bit of a mental breakdown of this part. I'm so worried. Finally, some like guy comes out of the back and he goes, listen, there's no white people back here right now. So I go, okay. I don't know what to do. So then, like, in my head, I'm like, man, my friends are in trouble. I have not the slightest clue what to do. Like, I don't have a phone. We didn't have cell phones then.
Nope.
I was like, do I go back to the resort and call someone? Like, I don't know what to do. So I have no money now because the bouncers took all my money. So I'm like walking around, and then I find a bus. So I jump on this bus. I kind of sneak in without paying. And I honestly cried a little on the bus. I was so scared. So I get off and like I'm power walking back to the resort. I'm like, okay, new game plan. I've got to get there. I've got to call an embassy or something and alert them that my friends have been taken. So I get up to the front, and these fucking 3 idiots are wasted in the front, crushing a box of pizza, going, woo, hey, you made it. Hey, buddy. And the cherry on top, no pizza left.
No, ate it all.
0 pizza left for me. So I remember but like that real fear set in downtown Cancun for me. I was real scared. Not so much for myself. I was scared for you guys.
Well, we were scared too
man.
until we ran away and we're like, we made it. Let's get pizza. Get on the bus. Let's go home. Braden will be at home. He'll be waiting for us. No problem. But we got back and you weren't there. I was like, well, we'll just wait here on the steps with the pizza.
Oh,
and
dude, I'm like honestly, it was a week of not a single girl talked to any of us.
Oh, buddy, the girls, there was tons of smoking hot girls, but all the dudes are way older.
Yeah, way sexier.
And had way better game. And we'd be like,
oh yeah.
A couple times we get drunk and like talk to a girl like, hey. And they'd be like, hi.
Yeah.
And do the old turn.
Yeah. Are you allowed to be in here?
Yeah. Are you supposed to be here?
Yeah. It was rough. It was a rough week it was a big ego killer for us, I think.
But that could have that scenario could have gone horribly wrong if we ran away and got caught. Like we tried.
Yeah, did they even chase you though?
I have no idea. Like I don't know if they like tried to and then they lost us in the crowd, or they just like it could have been as simple as they weren't allowed to do that in the bar and they just scared us into believing them.
Yeah.
And then we ran away.
They got the money.
Yeah, but then if we all would have got away and like found you, nothing would have happened because they'd be like, oh, they got away. Let's get the next idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. What other question we got?
We got questions on.
Good.
We got questions on Facebook.
All right. Let's hear one.
Why did you stop calling fans prolapsers? Never tell. It's a conspiracy.
Well, we can tell. I think we've soft told before.
We've told it's Patreon only.
Yeah. Okay. So, what happened is we got approached at one point by a TV producer to possibly pitch a TV show. When we were in LA for AlienCon, we went and met with them. We had a creative meeting with them. I don't think we're doing a TV show anytime soon.
Nope.
But the prospect of us doing a TV show made us think, hey, you know what? Like, you know what's not appealing to TV shows? When people refer to their fans as prolapsers. So when we thought that there was a better chance of us doing a TV show right away, we thought maybe we should get ahead of the curve, come up with something newer. And that's not so, 5 years from now when we're movie stars, they're dredging up old tweets where we're like, yeah, prolapsers.
No, and like when we started the podcast, it was like probably like what 15 episodes in or something, or
like
9 because it was Alyssa Lamb, and then someone just like, yeah, we're prolapsers. It just came about and organic, and we're like, yeah, sure. There's like 20 there's 20 people listening to this show. Who cares?
Yeah, you call yourself whatever you want. We didn't know that we'd be at this point a couple years later.
Dan was against it from the start. We're like, Dan, it doesn't matter. Like we're just doing this for fun. No one's ever going to listen to the show. And then, and then some people say like because Tom Segura was on with Dr. Phil or something, they said like they made a shirt says, don't
prolapse your anus or whatever.
Yeah, and some people were like, well, it was a legal thing. It wasn't. It was not. It wasn't legal. It was a
personal choice by us to be more PG in case we became the lake monster hunters.
I like the term theorites for a couple of reasons. First, the show is called Alien Theorist Theorizing, and we were also big fans of Evil Dead and the Deadites.
Yes.
You put those together, it's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad. I like it.
If we would have started with theorites from the beginning, no one would be complaining. But because Prolapse was around for so long, they're like, oh, we missed the original OGs. They're like, you know what?
OPs.
Yeah, the OPs. If you were listening to the show,
sucks.
If you're listening to the show from then, I mean, you can still call yourself a prolapser. We don't care.
We don't care.
Whatever.
Every now and then it slips from us too.
Yeah, it does. It's been 11, 12 episodes now. It still comes back out.
What else we got?
I don't know how heavy. Oh, here's a good one. Braden, if I pledge $150 on Patreon, will you eat an entire weed muffin and record for the pod?
Like how many? Yeah, but how much? Like how many milligrams are in a weed muffin?
200.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I don't think you'd be able to record.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be fun for anyone.
No, I mean,
like
we could do it. Like we could do it. We could start it, and see how far we get into the episode.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've got a low marijuana tolerance, very low.
It's climbing.
So like 110 milligram edible. I'm in space, baby.
Lift off.
So I'm like, you're telling me I need 200s for 150 bucks? I don't know, man. Although I am a whore for money, so it's tough.
150. That's like we're increasing our monthly wage by like 25%. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but then I have to split it with you guys.
Yeah, it's not very much. Yeah,
This seems like
it's
a
all
bad
equal.
deal for me, man. No, if a muffin's 200 milligrams, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just know. Sometimes I feel like if I do 1.5, I'll have a little existential crisis. I'll come back a new person.
Yeah, 200's a lot. I mean, I can do 100. Not bad for me. That's a pretty good night. 200. Actually, well, right now because I'm actually on day 15, no weed. That was my challenge this month. I started completely sober, and then I went to Portland, and all there is to do there is drink craft beer. So I quickly fell off the wagon.
And funny story, I was doing no sugar, no added. I was trying to do no added sugar, and no eating out, and that fell apart. 12 days in, all one swoop, I had sugar and ate out at the same time. Couldn't help myself.
You know, I think but you've minimized. You've eaten much less this month.
I got a good question here from Kimbo. Papa Zell, why you always party poop and keep the guys in line? Let the boys run wild. That's from Kimbo.
Well, I only party poop. Listen. When these guys go on a 15-minute rant about DuckTales, it doesn't even make sense. That's not even like relevant to anything we're talking about. No one even knows really what they're talking about. They're like, watched DuckTales 25 years ago, and they're like, yeah, DuckTales, this is a good show.
Some obscure late 80s, early 90s cartoon. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Hey, maybe if that's what people want and just freewheel, no topics, you're gonna unsubscribe from the show real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll be back to
over.
What's the meaning of this numbers.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Exactly.
This is from J Memes. I'm looking on Instagram, so if you look on something else other than Instagram, I see you posted everywhere. So we got questions coming in from everywhere. J Memes, were you disappointed at the turnout for the Area 51 raid? No, it's pretty much what I thought it was going to be.
It's actually more than I figured. I thought there'd be like a few dozen idiots, but it was actually what they ended up being like 1,000 or 2 or something in the end.
Yeah, but it was. I wasn't disappointed. I was like it was a bad idea, man. They take that place serious. Like someone was gonna get hurt if that many people showed there. One, there's nothing around there. There's nothing.
Nothing. You're hours Absolutely from a hospital.
Nothing. Like some bad things were gonna happen if that many people descended in that area. It was a recipe for disaster. So I'm glad it was. I'm glad it went the way it did, and I'm sure the people there that had a fun, memorable thing they'll never forget.
Yeah, and I think like it is cool that topic, like Area 51 and like Where's the Aliens, got so mainstream that it was on every channel. So like, you know, it helps our show out a little bit. It makes because you got like Joe Rogan talking about aliens all the time now. It makes it for more fun. You can get more topics out and get more people listening. But I was not disappointed when it went as advertised. I wanted someone to really do the run across the border and just see what happened. I just wanted to see it secretly, but no big deal. What's next? What else we got? There's tons of questions on there.
11 Dylan, can I send you guys a 6-pack of local brew from Kentucky? It's called Cougar Bait. Hell yeah, you can.
I think you can, but I don't think you're actually allowed to send alcohol over the border. But you can see what happens.
Yeah, just send it and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, don't mark the package, and if it comes, it comes. If not, then no big deal.
The culprit on Instagram. Do you believe in the afterlife? If so, tell us what you guys think. Ooh, that's a tough one. I think we come back in this simulation.
Well, I don't think you come. Like, I don't think I'm coming back. But because if you believe, this is what I believe. I think if everything is energy, you can't be, created or destroyed, just transformed. Then, I mean, you, like your mind, like your consciousness is a type of energy, and that goes somewhere. I don't know if it just maybe it's just like there's only so much hard drive space, and so a little piece of you remains when you get reused into the next person. Maybe. I do not believe. Let's say that.
Well, I'm not even entirely convinced that this energy or whatever the spark that is your consciousness even plays by the rules of time how we think of it. I think potentially that we're all just, you always hear we're all one. We're the same person coming back, living at different times, different places, but we're all the same being, essentially, the same consciousness, just reborn in a different skin and a different perspective.
It's like a shared consciousness. We haven't done a case file, but we're going to soon, like the Akashic record.
Yeah.
Like everything that exists or has existed exists all the time. And if you can tap into that field, that's when you get like the savant syndromes like we talked about before on one of these. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you die and then
I don't think that's it.
I don't think you die and then like a religious figure comes and resurrects you. No, I do not think that's how it goes. But
if anything, it's just a higher form of you. Like you're the same thing you are, because I don't think it's necessarily like a higher power that created you, but well, you know how we feel about higher powers here. I don't think there's a singular creator of, unless it's the Matrix thing. Yes.
This is what I think. It makes more if there's a god, it makes more sense there to be gods, and it makes even more sense there to be scientists who created a simulation, in my opinion. Simulation, that type of theory has the most weight, I think, behind it. But I don't know. I got one here. What do we got here? Oh, we're going to go deep. If you could ask an omnipotent being 2 questions about anything, any history or personal questions, what would you ask? Who built the pyramids? Legit. And how'd they do it? That's my first thing. I got to ask that because those ancient megalithic structures still baffle me forever.
Omnipotent, eh?
No,
anything I want.
Anything.
So can I assume that we're together? So like you've asked your questions, so that like I've already heard your questions and like heard the answer.
The omnipotent being has come on the show, and they're taking questions.
Oh, okay. And then so I'm allowed to ask 2.
So you know who built the pyramids and how. And then.
All right. So then what happened on 9/11?
Yep.
And then. My second question would be a bit of a 2-parter. Is there other sentient life, and where is it?
Oh. But what if the answer for the pyramids was extraterrestrial life?
I guess it depends.
It all depends. You have to know the answers for the first 2.
It's a hard one to think.
That's a hard one.
A lot of questions.
I could say you could probably list a million questions I want to ask, but only 2.
Our boy Black Ron Pond says aliens come to Earth and they need a volunteer to come with them. You don't know if they're good or bad. Do you volunteer?
Yes.
Why not? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I got to lose?
Can I? But I need to be able to tell people about it though. I don't want to just go and then never come back.
Oh, that's a good question. Like, how long? Is it we doing chores?
Need a volunteer to come with you. For like, yeah. Can I live stream? Can I let people know about it?
You know what though? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'd do it anyways, even if there was no prospect of return, because that'd be an experience that no one else would ever have, good or bad. No one else would have it ever.
Yeah.
Would you guys be left? Would you guys know I left with aliens, or would it just be like, I wonder if I'd be just like gone? You're like, what happened to Braden?
It's a good question.
I'd go.
I'd go. What else we got?
Let's see. We got. What future topics episode are you guys working on? Well, we're doing an ATT Confidential with Dan and I. Maybe Andrew. He's kind of been ghosting me a little. We're doing Unit 731. It's absolutely terrifying. All true. So we're working on that tomorrow. We've got a whole bunch of stuff planned. Well, we got I think we talked about it at the top of the show, Pod Week coming up. So I know I want to talk about Missing 411 coming up. I've always wanted to do one on that. We've been talking about Black Dahlia now. So we've got a bunch of stuff.
Oh, man. I really want to talk, like, go back to some simulation theory stuff, like maybe talk multiverse or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one for in studio, just strictly multiverse,
Akashic record, like shared consciousness, maybe like even like near death experiences is a cool one, where people like they flatline for a minute or two and they come back with strange stories. Man, I feel like I think we got endless topics.
Yeah, every time I think, what else are we gonna do? People send us like 40 more ideas, and I'm like, oh, lots.
These are all great.
I remember when we were on episode probably 7 or 8, and you were like, realistically, like, can we even do 100 of these? Like, how many things can we talk about?
I was like, we got 100 story arc here. Let's like 100 episode arc.
We were such young conspiracy theorists, so young and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Now look at us, grizzled.
Slightly balder, slightly older.
Let's see what else I got. Oh, this one's just for me. I'm gonna answer this one. A little off topic. Thoughts on the wrestling landscape? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. Man, good time to be a wrestling fan. I'll tell you that much. Been loving some AEW Dynamite on Wednesday nights, and NXT's been unreal. It's the golden age of wrestling's back.
Is it? I have no idea, but I keep hearing that. You guys are telling me that. I hear it all over social media. What's it called? What's it called? NXT?
NXT and AEW are head to head on Wednesday nights.
AEW. So what happened with Raw SmackDown? Is this like the stories have gone to shit or what?
Yeah, it's just bad. Like they just have bad storylines and
just lost it.
Well, they don't let the wrestlers cut their own promos anymore. They have like writing teams do it. So the writing teams write these guys scripts, and then these guys go out and like perform the scripts. And Vince McMahon is still like, he yeas or nays everything, and he's like 72, so he's like an old man.
In a new man's era. Yeah.
He's like a billionaire. He's out of touch with what us wrestling fans like. So
he should give it up, or he's gonna lose the.
No, he's not. He's not gonna. Dude, they're a $1 billion company. They're huge all over the world. It's just nice to be able to watch wrestling again. And there's if you're a wrestling fan, you're listening to this, go check out NWA Power on YouTube. They do an hour show. They film it exactly like it's the 70s. It's fucking awesome.
That's
it's a good
pretty
time
dope.
to be a wrestling fan. A lot of good wrestling. What else we got?
What are your thoughts on sleep paralysis?
I'd like to experience it once. I've never had it.
Nope.
So it's interesting.
It's interesting.
Such a weird concept that you would wake up and you just like have no control over your body, but you're conscious.
It's weird that it always, like, a lot of times comes with the visions of shadow people, which freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm not.
But yeah, Dan said he's had it before, and it's just super weird that like you can't even move your eyelids, like you're just frozen. But sleeping, so you're kind of in between a dream and reality. So I don't know why shadow people though. Are you seeing something you shouldn't, or is it just your mind playing tricks on you?
I don't know. I'd love to get it once, just to see what it's all about. I think I've had like Okay, so one time I was over at a friend's house. You remember Major, and his parents had like a chi machine, and it's one of those things that like has like a cradle and it cradles your ankles
Yeah.
and just shakes like this.
Oh, it like wiggles your
That's
whole
it.
body.
Yeah, but like as you sit there for like 20 minutes, and his mom was like, "Oh, you should go on this thing. It's really nice. It's actually like a really good experience, and you feel really good after." And so you lay there for 20 minutes, and you're like stiff, so it's just kind of shaking your butt, and then like as you like loosen, it just like starts whipping your whole body, and then like your head, and like you're just sitting there, and like everything's kind of like going twisting like offbeat. It like, and then you'll feel like all your shaking sync up again. It's weird. And then it ends at 20 minutes. It just turned off, and I had this like I couldn't move. I was just frozen to the ground, and I just had these pulse like all up my like heels, calves, hamstrings, ass, lower back, upper back, like into my neck, top of my head, and then all the way back down and up and down. And I just laid there for like 5 minutes. I couldn't move, but I was in no way scared. I felt so good, and that's the closest I've ever been to being paralyzed. But it was a very positive experience for me. I've always wanted to get one of those things, but they're like $400.
Closest I ever been to being body paralyzed was on a whole pack of these gummies called, what were these things called? Damn it, I forgot what they're called. But there was like a pack of gummy, like weed gummies, like they're like 1 inch long, and they had 8 pieces. And one little piece was like 20 milligrams, and I ate the whole thing. So it was like 160. I couldn't move for about 5 hours. It was weird. Nothing to do with paralysis though. Just I overdid it.
Now we got another question. Any idea when ATT is coming back to Cali? Well, hopefully for AlienCon again next year. I'd love to do the California one. It's the easiest one for us to get to, and hopefully they'll have us back. I mean, our numbers there are really good, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Our numbers at the actual AlienCon were not great though. So,
well, listen, they weren't that great, but we had more fans at ours than like all 6 of those other podcasts.
That's true.
At their solo panel.
No,
not saying and those guys deserve to have a full house. I'm just saying.
Those guys are great. All those guys were awesome.
We had double.
What I would want to do for AlienCon next year is maybe not do like a panel, because you know what is.
We're not a panel show.
The people there are way smarter than us. They know way more about aliens, UFOs, and the like. But they sometimes don't deliver it good. So I think to be some type of AlienCon host, like last year we said we're the unofficial hosts as a joke. But like, to be the host, like we set up a booth, maybe not right in the front, but like in like the conventions area. And like we just like live podcast the whole thing. Or not necessarily doing a show, and then at night we do a bar show on the Friday or Saturday night. We're like, all right,
yeah,
bar show, meet here. Like, that's it. That'd be sweet. That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, I'm down with that. But I'd still go. I'd still try to go even if they don't want us to host. I'd be like, well, then let us do another panel.
Yeah,
and we'll just do something else.
Oh yeah,
we'll have a little campfire. We'll be like, everyone, just we're going in a circle here.
Yeah, more. If we can do it again, I think more interactive.
Yeah.
Instead of just because that was fun. Like we did all right for our first live show, but
like that day was not fun for me. I was stressing the whole day. I was like, what are we doing?
Anxiety, man.
Why did we do this?
And the
like,
night before, like a fucking bunch of dummies were like, "Okay, don't get too drunk tonight. We're meeting with fans, but don't get too drunk. We've got a big day tomorrow. It's our first it's our first one. What do we do? Annihilated." I was so hungover, and then
if we didn't pull you out of there, you would have been out all night.
I wouldn't have slept because I was downtown LA. I was like, I'm going to Whiskey Go Go. Let's go watch some rock and roll. Let's keep drinking. That's about 12:30. If you guys didn't pull me out, I'm glad I had a clear head somehow. And I was like, no, I'll go where the pod goes, and I didn't go. I was like, okay, go home, back to the hotel.
Kaylee Clem asks, what are your favorite conspiracy theories? We get asked this a lot. Personally, I just like ones where you get into it and they have legs, where it's like you'll pull on one string and you go, well, that's weird. And then there's another coincidence that happened with that one, and you go, okay, well, that's interesting. And then you get more coincidences, and all these things loosely tie together. but they're not too far of a leap from each other, and you're like, ooh, I love the ones that gets your brain thinking and your imagination running wild.
Yeah, those ones are fun, but still, my theory for me, I'll never be able to get over it, is the events surrounding 9/11. Just, I can't do it. Just, no matter what, I would try every year to debunk myself. And then this year, the World Trade Center Building 7 report came out from the University of Fairbanks, Alaska. And it just boggles my mind even more. This motherfucking building. You watch the NIST report, like the explanation of the collapse, and you watch like, okay, it falls and the wall pulls down and then it pulls to the side and it falls. Their artist rendering of how they describe the collapse doesn't match up with the video evidence. And that right there, I'm like, oh man. I can't get over it. I don't think I ever will. Sometimes it's depressing, but what else we got?
This is from Roxy Killbot. Which UFO abduction would you choose? Anal probe, subdermal implant, or DNA collection?
Say that again.
Anal probe, subdermal implant, or DNA collection?
Well, DNA collection could be just like a cheek swab.
Yeah.
That'd be nice and easy.
Yeah, but it might not be.
It might not. Well, I mean, do you have one piece of hair?
Could be just another anal probe. You don't know.
Like, well, we need the good. We need the good stuff.
The only safe bet where is subdermal implant. You got it for life.
That would be kind of cool though, because
then you have evidence.
You have evidence. Yeah, I'm
I
going
do that way.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the crazy guy that's been like, they probed me. They took me. At least I could be like, look, they took me, X-ray my knee here. That's where they put the implant in, and I have proof. I think that's way better than just like taking a probing and then telling everyone you got probed. I'm like, that sucks, because 100% people are just gonna mock you and make fun of you.
Yep. And then every time you go through an airport scanner or something, like, wait, what's that? I'd be like, I don't know.
Like, that's my subdermal implant that the aliens gave me.
And then like, and private screening in the back. Let's go. Every time.
What else do we got?
That's pretty much what got through the whole Facebook one.
There's lots. Is Epstein alive or dead? This is I'm hungry, let's eat. He's dead. 100% he's dead. But we should all remember that the most at-risk prisoner and like the highest profile prisoner at the time, who everyone suspected early on was going to be murdered in jail or commit suicide, somehow was allowed to commit suicide after being on suicide watch, and not really in the news anymore, just kind of slowly working its way out, and soon it'll be gone.
I hope not. I hope the hundreds of names they have behind the scenes, someone's still working hard on it, and I don't know. Got one more. How far are we from a one world government in our lifetime? If another world war, who starts it and why? Well, one world government, I mean,
I
don't think you could ever do a one world government. I think you could do a one world currency. I think that's more realistic. But a one government, I think it's hard enough for like a country to have their own government. Like no one fucking agrees on anything. How are you going to get people from all over the world to agree on anything?
Yeah,
the only thing a one world government would only happen, which it won't, if a country like the United States used their full military power to actually take over the world one country at a time. And it would never happen.
No, it would never work. It would never work because you have very progressive countries and you have very conservative countries and you have very religious countries. Like, it just never worked. If there is ever a World War III, what it's going to be a religious war that drags in everyone else because of allies. They'll probably be with Israel and the Middle East, the Gaza Strip, or something like that. And Russia backs their people, the States back their people, and we just get to a point of where no one's backing down.
I don't think we ever see another full-scale world war like World War I or II.
I think I think honestly though, I think we're seeing a world war right now, but it's a war that we've never seen before, and it's a war of
behind the
information
scenes. Yeah,
and misinformation, and it's being waged all over the world in other countries. Every country right now is meddling in each other's elections and riling up people. That's what everyone's doing right now. Everyone's getting riled up by foreign interests all over the world.
It
good
makes
or bad.
social media, or Facebook especially, is a cesspool of misinformation or disinformation. Man, you got people like, I can't stand for people making fun of kids on climate change issues. It's crazy. You got this.
Okay.
What's that Greta? What people
Greta
are just beaking her so hard. You know what people are using her for? The media is using her for views. She's a very popular thing, and the media is blowing her up. What do I think everything she's saying is right? No. Do I think people to be fucking beaking her and all over social media? Hell no.
I had to take down a couple posts on our Facebook group too. I was like, you know what? I don't care how you feel on climate change. You think it's fake, you think it's real. One thing I'm not down with is, like, that girl's 16 years old. You don't need to be bullying her online and posting fucking memes, making fun of her and bullshit her. She's a kid.
She's a kid, and the media got a hold of her, and they've blown her up. There's more. I guarantee. I can't remember his name right now, but there's another 16-year-old kid who started like the biggest ocean cleanup in the world, and no one even talks about him because he didn't come out at the right time. He's not saying the right things. The media is very profit driven, and they use these people, good or bad, for their own means, and then people just attack. Man, they're attacking this fucking poor girl. But know what? Good on her. She's like, fuck it. She's just going to country. I don't know how she gets to meet
Alberta, and I was like, oh.
I don't know how she gets to meet.
You're not going to receive a warm welcome in Alberta.
I don't know how she gets to meet. I mean, leaders of countries. Really, she doesn't. She's not a scientist. She's never done any research on her own.
It's good publicity.
That's what I mean. That's what it is.
The leaders. That's what it is, right?
That's what it is.
So she's kind of the flavor of the week kind of thing for them.
Yeah,
but good, interesting, like very good story, and good for her for doing everything she's done with her time in the limelight, right? But we don't need to be shooting down a 16-year-old, making fun of her. And
I can't.
That shit.
I don't understand. No matter what you think about climate change, if we're doing it or not, is it so wrong to just switch from fossil fuels?
Man,
is it that wrong?
There was a guy who. Okay, so everyone, we get a ton of Facebook messages every day of people liking the show, asking us questions, and then every now and then we just get someone who's just like, you know what, you guys fucking suck. Episode sucks. And this one guy was just bitching about us, like, you fucking lefties. He's like, you guys always make fun of right-wing people. And he's like, none of us are like that. We're all normal. And he's like, and then he said, you know, you make fun of us just because we don't believe in 100 years of science. The world's a lot older than that. And I was like, and then he's bitching about how climate change is so fake. And I was like, you don't believe in science? Like,
they got you.
Years of science,
man.
They
got you with the misinformation. They got you.
I was like, I couldn't even. I just had to. I let that one go, and you're like, hey man, well, thanks for the listen. I just make everyone happy.
I gave a quick thing, like, yeah, okay, well, yeah, there you go.
When he said that, just because I don't believe in 100 years of science, my eyes rolled back into the back of my head. And I was like, okay, well, you're obviously an oil and gas guy. Do you know how we got to the technology to like get the oil and gas out of the ground? Science, and more recent than 100 years. Like, it's great. Only believe in it when it's good for you.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of those things, though. You said it right. It's like, what's the worst going to happen? Like, balance of probabilities. Okay, say like people who think climate change is a real thing, and we're like, we need to go green, move away from fossil fuels. If we're right, we're all dead. Right?
If
we're wrong,
yeah.
What happens? Yeah. We change to renewable energy. We're still using energy. We're just using a different kind. Right? Now, if like the people who believe it's fake are wrong, we're dead. Like, we're all dead. We're dead. There's no good.
It's not even that. It's oil and gas. First of all, like, electric cars are way more efficient, way more powerful, silent. Like, it's endless. And now you can't even say like the batteries are so good. There's no contest. Go put a stock Tesla against any car, like how fucking fast and quick and how much torque these it's just better vehicles. And people say, oh, but they can't travel that far. But Okay, well, how far? 400 kilometers on a charge? That's pretty far, and you can charge it from your house every day. It's not like you have to go to a stall down the road, like a gas station, and charge a car. You just plug it in when you get home, wake up, you can travel all fucking day. I don't know. I just don't understand.
I always, and people, the new ones that I've been hearing is like, well, you want to go electric cars, you should look at what a lithium mine does to the planet. Terrible. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
You ever heard of the BP oil spill?
Yeah, like, remember that? Like, have you seen what Alberta looks like now? Like,
well,
oil sands?
Alberta is a very clean oil producing region.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, maybe it is, but you're still like you're digging into. It's been.
If we don't change, and the people ringing the alarms are right, we're dead. If we change and they're wrong, no biggie.
No big, right? And not even that. If we start changing, you know how big of an industry and how many jobs and a whole new technical revolution will start if instead of investing in subsidizing oil and gas, you start subsidizing solar, wind, tide, hydroelectric. How many new fields
and
of
start storing it? If you get into storing that energy that you're collecting in renewable energy, and the first countries that do it start selling that energy to other countries trying to get it off the ground. It's the new gold. It's the next gold rush.
I mean, it very well could be, and just be like, this is known. This is real. Like Exxon back in late 70s, their scientists rang the alarm. Their own scientists, they were instructed to study the effects of fossil fuels on the climate, and they're like, listen, all of our observations are showing that we are increasing this and this and this, and it could lead to this and this and this. And they're like, well, keep on it, but we're not going to do anything. And then a few more years rolled around. They're like, yeah, our science is stronger and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, nah. And they just took some stuff that they said, turned it around and be like, it's fine. So we've been 30 years of that now. And now it's so strong in the media. It's such a polarizing topic for no reason, really, that it just makes you realize that they're controlling. They make so much fucking money. They can do whatever they want. They can do anything. They can say anything, disinformation, anyone, and then people eat it up because well, I work in oil and gas, so I don't know. It's a tough one.
And the problem is a change to something more efficient means the death of the old thing.
Industries die all the time. All right,
these people are holding on. Think of this as like Blockbuster and Netflix, right? Like Blockbuster, they're like, fuck online, we're never doing it, and we're the biggest people, we're the biggest game in the world. And
there's 45,000 locations North America wide. And what happened?
Look there, and that's what will eventually happen to oil and gas. It happened to coal. It's happened to all dirty energies in the past.
I'm not saying all oil will never stop completely. Make plastics and stuff. Some of those plastics can only be made from fossil fuels. Some of these really hard, very industrial plastics. Yeah,
we're too reliant.
Yeah, because we rely on everything. That's what I say. It's
here's
not,
another
not
question.
a big deal.
Justin Belcher 94. I have a question for Zell. Marry one, kill one, fuck one. Braden, Dan, or Andrew?
I hate these questions. Marry one, kill one, fuck one.
Yeah.
Marry Braden's my best friend.
Oh yeah.
Braden, Dan, Andrew. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I'll kill Andrew.
Yeah.
And I'll fuck Dan, I guess. I guess gotta fuck Dan.
Gay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
What else we got? Do you think Zell is an undercover alien? Nah, I've known him too long.
I wish.
And the last question I got here on Instagram: what is your go-to snack while high? Miss Vicky's chips, man. Salt and Vins.
Oh, not a bad choice, but I go. There's this delicious bag of candy at the Max here. It's called a Sweet 16 bag, $6.99, 650 grams of candy, and I will buy that and eat the whole bag.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
It's a lot of candy. It's like a week's worth of sugar.
Are they like the sugar coated ones?
Yeah.
Are they in the triangle bag?
No, that's a koala cone. Those are also delicious. I have a koala cone other times, but the Sweet 16 bag, they're the sugar candies, but they're so soft. They're always like, they feel like they're just made and they're just like shipped to the store that day, but obviously they're not. But that's what it feels like. All right, I don't know. I don't have any more questions. That was fun.
That's it. We've had last going once, going twice.
Sold.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
We got one more. Check Discord one more time.
Check. Oh, I got the classic. What's the favorite case file so far?
I don't have a favorite.
I don't know.
I could probably narrow it down. I have a top. I could say like top 20 or something. I like them all the same, but top one.
No, I can't pick. I tell everyone the same generic answer. I go, I have an excuse, a weekly excuse to go and chat with my best buds. And I'm like, not many people get to do that. A lot of people fall apart from people, won't see each other for months on end. Months turn to years.
Happens.
And I see boys every week.
I see you more now than before.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, we see each other a lot for years and years, and then like went to school, and then you moved to Thailand for a bit.
Yeah, really you were in Australia for a year.
I went to Australia for a year. Like, it happened, and then started the podcast, and then yeah, there we are. Never stopping now. That's it. Brittany, we see your question, but I don't know how to answer it, really. I don't know.
What?
What's something you thought was the coolest thing ever when you were a kid that really isn't cool or embarrassing to think about now? I don't know.
I know exactly. Indian in a Cupboard.
Indian in like that movie?
Yeah. I had such fond memories of it. I rewatched it.
You thought that was cool as a kid? Indian in a Cupboard?
I love that movie as a kid. And
I don't even remember.
Sucks, man. It's so bad.
I remember the movie. Like, I remember that was a movie, but I don't remember anything about it. Something cool when I was a kid that I don't think now. I pretty much do the same stuff now. Like, I don't know. I can't answer it. I don't know. Coolest thing ever.
Oh, that's the only one. I just know that one just because I rewatched it just recently, and I was watching. I was like, I don't remember. I was like, there's a lot of racial undertones in this that I didn't. I just thought it was a.
It's called Indian in a Cupboard. Yeah, I could imagine.
And then when I was watching it, I was like, this is not what I remember fondly. This is terrible. So that's the one that pops right to my head.
Pops for you?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you want to end this Co-Conspirators?
Yeah, I guess so. It was fun. I like taking questions.
Yeah, it was fun. We don't take a lot. We'll do more.
Zell, what's our phone number?
It is 213-261-4256.
And we got an answering machine message set up?
See, the thing is, I'm not sure. We do, but I don't know if... I think I might have to have Skype on all the time for it to work. I don't know. Someone call after we end and see if it works, because I'm not sure.
Yeah. And leave your boys a message. You can call that number, leave us a message. That's the hotline to the studio, our bat phone, if you will. And leave us a message. Maybe we'll play it live on one of our shows.
If it records, like when I'm offline, I'll definitely play it. I haven't got any yet, and 12,000 people heard that episode with the phone number, so I figured at least a couple would call. Just maybe a couple.
Well, we had people call in after hours. Couple of the
it's because we were live with the number, so that's why I'm wondering if it works offline or not. We'll find out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Patreon listeners. You helped keep this ad-free. We're really trying to keep it ad-free as long as possible, hopefully forever. And we got lots coming your way. Got a new podcast coming, Future Forecast. Some little bit smarter forecasting of what the future might look like, looking at new technology now and how it might impact the future. We got confidentials coming up. Tons of good stuff coming your way.
We're recording all the time. Might be only one regular episode, but another one or two on top of that per week, trying to.
No, I didn't read. I forgot we're on YouTube, so I wasn't really looking at the YouTube questions. But
I had going up. Most of the questions were
Oops.
on the other ones.
Yeah. All right. So thanks, guys. As we say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the skies.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.